Alright, I'm back.
How exciting. It's all your fault.
What's my fault?
Making me stay up all night all the time.
Oh yeah, blame me.
Okay, am I the last one?
I am.
I don't know.
I think Tyson's not back yet. So, Will, I got a question for you. I don't know if it's the way it's supposed to work or not. I heard somebody on Roll20 say that it kind of works this way. But that, I can't remember what it's called, but the fighter thing that lets you make another attack set, basically. It's like first level power. They get to use it once per day. They were talking like it actually lets you do a full second weapon set attack. Like, which at first isn't that big, but as you get higher level, that. What's your ruling on that?
I'd actually have to look it up.
Okay.
Since you're the first fighter that's...
The action
Well,
surge?
I'm not a fighter. I'm just.
Yeah.
This is more of DM just questioning, really.
I think he's talking about the action surge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard him talking on Nerdarchy. They were doing a thing about fighters, and they were basically arguing that a fighter could do about 4 attacks and do another second 4 attacks, basically at high level.
Yeah, it's probably the action surge.
Yeah, it is.
What does that mean?
But as for
they'd be
first level, I don't think so.
The first level, it would just be whatever attack you had plus another one, basically. I don't know. I've never played a game high levels. Usually even old school D&D, by 14th level or so, we usually retired our characters and started new.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alrighty.
I attack.
I hide.
I just start cutting some stone.
Yeah, it's called Second Wind. Or no, sorry. Second Wind is like basically you're like healing, I think it is.
Yeah, it should be right under that. And then go up into the second column, I think.
Beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. This is all by the book.
So it'd be 2 attacks and then 2 attacks.
You just get one.
You get one.
Till level 5. Or till level 2, and then you get your action surge. I think it's level 2. And then you can do 2 attacks, and then at level 5 you get an extra attack, if I remember right.
I think you get another one later on, too, higher up.
Yes. Action surge starting at 2nd level, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take 1 additional action on top of your regular action. So yeah, that's at level 2 is when you can start doing the 2 attacks. But as a level 1, you only get 1. And the Second Wind is just basically like regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. So yeah, it's a healing. The Second Wind is a healing thing. So yeah, action surge wouldn't be till 2nd level. Is my feed going weird? There we go. All right, you guys get into Solpa. I assume right before you guys got in, you guys gave the poor paladin his little disguise.
Is Tyson back?
Yes.
I try to cast minor illusion on him just to give him a little bit more of a edge.
Gruff little commoner.
Okay. You guys get into the town. It's, it's just a smaller version of Montan. Most of it is farmland around you guys. There's a logging camp, up above Solo where they get some of the, where they get all the wood for everything. But it's just a typical small little town.
So, would I know who my friends might be in this town? I'm assuming I might know someone that I was close to that wouldn't rat me out or anything. Couple friends.
Yeah, I'll let you make them up.
Sure. I'll go to my friend Alton, who's sort of a merchant in the nicer side of town. I'll try and go over there.
All right.
I would like to follow him and just shout out, come on down to Greg's Emporium, the best prices and the best value you'll see on this side of the river.
All right. You continue to spout your wares for Glenn's. Hey, you keep it up your end of the bargain, I gotta admit.
You gotta give him a sandwich board to wear.
Yeah, make things easier. All right. You go up. You find Alton. He's busy in his shop. He's got a little grocery store type shop.
Yeah. So I'll walk in and just kind of close the door behind me. And I'll say his name. I'll say Alton. And just get him to turn around.
He kind of looks up from the counter, looks around. Who are you?
It's been a while, my friend. I didn't think we'd be meeting under these circumstances, but it's Galahad.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, the adventuring life, there's lots of end of world scenarios, and we might be looking at one of these right now. So I've been told. We're off to deal with it.
He kind of rolls his eyes, thinking it's just another one of your stories.
I swear, my friend, I know I am may not be the most. I might exaggerate once in a while, but I assure you, I get this straight from a priestess of the Phoenix itself. This fucking guy.
What can I do for you, Galahad?
I'm simply looking for enough. I don't come asking for any favors. I just come for information, and I came for any goods that I could purchase.
Well, you know what I got here.
I need enough food for me and 4 companions, or 3 companions rather, to get to a goblin encampment near. Would I know where Outpost Piquet is?
You would know it's in the north, that's about it. I mean, you know the general locations of where things are. Outpost Piquetti is mainly held by the Crimson Guard. So, I mean, what actually goes on in there is questionable. But,
do I have the map with me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll point out where Magnus pointed out on the map. We need to get here. We need enough food to get there and back to Solva, at least.
He points to all the forest in between. He goes, "You can't seem to hunt through there, Mr. I can take on big bad guys."
I'd rather not leave it up to chance. It's always good to have some extra supplies.
Alright, well, I don't...
You'd know that if you got out a little bit more, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can supply you... I don't know if I can supply you enough to get you up there. That's about a week and a half journey. I mean, if you make it last, I can give you some of what I got, but if I don't turn in certain numbers, your family's not going to like it very much.
That's fair enough. Anything you can spare. I'm not looking for a handout. I'm here to buy.
He nods. Let me gather some supplies. Just wait here.
Thank you.
He wanders off. You hear him start rummaging around, going into the back room, grabbing some things. What do you guys do since he kind of went inside by himself?
Yeah.
I want to look around for someone who looks kind of in the know. Someone who kind of has got a good head on their shoulders. Someone maybe knowledgeable. Just in my
Actually-
general vicinity.
I'm gonna go and see if there's an inn and see if I can pick up any rumors or what's going on around here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tag along with Kazakh as backup.
Okay.
Razik.
Razik,
Sorry, Razik.
make a perception check.
These have not been good to me.
Charles,
Let's
it'll
see.
take about a minute or two to get to the end, but
Okay.
that's not bad. As you kind of look around, you see. I mean, this is like a small town. I mean, it's not much bigger than a village, but it's got the classification of a town for principles. And you see a big, expensive estate, like off a little ways, but it's very visible. I mean, it's not too far from the town. It's just to the east. You can see it sitting on a nice little hill, and this little town basically is doing all the business for it. As you look around, you see a bunch of people just wandering around, just typical townsfolk. You don't really see anybody.
I'd like to wander up to that estate now.
Okay.
Is there like a guard that I run into, like
Yep.
guarding it?
As you get near the gates to the estate, there are two guards standing there. It looks like just probably hired mercenaries or whatever. They kind of stand in the way and go, "Can we help you?"
This is the Lock State, I presume.
It is.
Well, I would like to offer my services, as you'll see here, and I produce my my letter of introduction from my guild. I am a member of the Stonecutters Guild, and I would like to offer my services to the Lock clan.
He looks at you briefly, takes the letter, reads it over. He hands it to the other one, who starts running inside. Wait here a moment.
All right.
Short time later, Galahad, he hands you a big container of supplies. And I think rations are like, we'll just say like 10 gold total for the amount.
Sure.
And goes, "That's all I can really afford to give you right now."
Every little bit is appreciated, and please keep my presence here on the down low. I'm sure I don't need to explain to you how explosive my family may be if they were to find me or know that I'm here.
He points out the door, and where the merchant shop is, you can see a direct line to your house, and you can see one of your buddies up at the house.
Oh, Jesus, I gotta deal with this. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. I'd run out the door. And I walk up to Kazim, and I, still in my illusion. Rezik, sorry, yeah, my bad. And I'll just walk up and kind of just listen to what's going on.
All right. Has the guard come back?
It's going to take a minute or two. I mean,
Oh,
the gate
I
is a
also
little bit
kind
away
of-
from the actual estate itself.
Is the other guard within earshot?
Yep, he's standing right there looking at you guys.
Can I quickly turn my back and hide my ring? Like,
Sure.
put it in my pocket? Okay, I'll do that.
All right. What can I help you with, sir?
Just come to explore. Just looking to see the estate. It's quite marvelous.
It certainly is. That's why I'm offering my stone cutting services to the members of this estate.
Well, surely they would need a skilled stonecrafter, as I'm sure you are. What's the holdup?
Don't get too close now. And my character kind of pretends like he's getting in between you two a little bit. Not too
Whoa.
close.
There's no problem here. I just wish to.
He winks at you.
Yeah.
All
Best-
right.
best-
So out of are we trying to sneak in here, or
I mean,
I don't know. I have no
Well,
idea why.
what do we do
Why
here?
he walked that way, but he's going that way.
When
out of character, I wanted to I wanted to find someone who knows about the area so I can just gather as much information as possible through the road
I
ahead.
see.
And also maybe get some resources, maybe exchange some of my stone cutting services for maybe some more rations or is
I see.
anything that can help us.
All right, we're gonna jump over to Charles real quick while you guys are all
Sure.
standing there waiting on the guard to come back, because it's gonna take a minute because he's got to talk to the people. And
Yep.
all that.
Gotcha.
All right, Charles. As you walk into the inn, it's not very crowded. There's a few people in here. It's kind of a really depressing place. I mean, you could see, everybody seems to keep their heads down and just kind of drink, and like there's almost no conversation here.
What are the people in here, or what do they look like? Does everybody look like farmers, or
Yeah, they look like a mix of farmers and some of the townsfolk. Nobody with money is in here, obviously. It looks like these guys are all just drinking their day away, so to speak.
I'm gonna pick one of them, just the closest one, and go up to him and be like, "So, man, what's going on around here?
Yeah,
Any fun?"
he was deep in his drink and he goes, huh? Oh, nothing. Just another day. Goes back to sipping his drink.
I pull out a gold coin and say, "I'll buy you a drink if you tell me any rumors that's going on around here."
And he grabs a gold piece, looks at it, kind of examines it, bites it. I don't know why they do that, but he bites it.
Let's see if it's real.
Yeah, like they'd know. He nods, puts it on the table. The most I can tell you is the Locke family has come under some recent duress lately.
Oh, really? What kind?
He kind of takes a quick look around, kind of looks around, kind of scooches in real close and kind of whispers to you. Apparently their oldest son ran off, and they're not too happy about it because apparently he didn't want to follow in the family's footsteps. And anyone that the family thought was an associate of this son's has been taxed heavily and forced into servitude in order to pay off the debt.
Didn't happen to know the names of any of those people, would he?
He lists off like 6 or 7 names, because I don't feel like thinking of 6 or 7 random NPCs nobody gives a shit about.
Okay.
But yeah, he gives you about 6 or 7 names. 3 of them are women. And he's
Okay,
like,
I think
"Those-"
first time.
And he was like, "Those poor people. They've done nothing wrong. We work to the bone for these people, and this is how they treat us." He kind of calms down as he looks around again. He's very paranoid about talking.
So those people are people we should probably avoid. Okay. Since it doesn't look like there's really much else here to do.
No, not really. I mean, this is a really depressing bar. You don't want to stick here too long. You might get into the depression with them.
Yeah, I'll just finish the drink and then I'll get out of there.
Okay. As you're walking out, oh, son of a bitch. You see the whole rest of your group over by the gates to the estate.
I
Just
go
the people
over
you
to
wanted to avoid, and now you're going to. Okay, you see them standing there. You see a guard just standing there. The guard has not taken his hand off the sword, but he hasn't made any, rude movements. He's just kind of standing there. It looks more like he's just prepared just in case.
I'm just staying as non-threatening and nonchalant as possible, just kind of admiring the stone. Actually, can I do a check on the stonework? I got advantage to that.
Sure.
That'd be.
When I get over there, I'm like, guys, can I talk to you for a minute?
I'd call it investigation.
Sure.
All right. So investigation with what, like proficiency,
Yeah, you do
advantage.
yeah, you do advantage with it. Just click on your investigation, it will roll it for you, and then just do it with advantage. And the stonework is pretty decent. If these guys have money like they look, you would think the stonework would be a lot better. But from what you could tell, it's also older stonework. So I mean, it could have been here for quite a while, and they just kept it because they didn't want to tear it down.
Gotcha.
But it could definitely use some improvements. I mean, you see, it's old enough where you see a few cracks, where just general wear and tear happens.
All right.
Then you hear your little roguish friend asked to talk to you all.
I step aside with him.
I kind of this family seems like they kind of roll with an iron fist, and we may want to avoid them to get stuck here.
I have my reasons for leaving. That's for sure.
Don't worry. I think I can talk our way into this. I think I can get us quite a bit of advantage on our road ahead.
I'm not ready to face my parents quite yet.
Well, no
Just
one's
as he
asking you to
says
do
that, there are 4 guards that are making their way down the path.
I present myself just very primly and brightly, and with a big old smile.
I present myself just behind him and to the left in a bodyguard-like set fashion.
Okay. As they approach the one in the lead, you don't recognize him. He must have been up in the house. He goes, "You all are welcome in, but your weapons stay here."
That seems absolutely fair to me.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that. You see, I'm his bodyguard. You see, his trainer is so worried that he's gonna hurt himself or be hurt or killed and lose in on his investment because he's so skilled at what he does on his stonework. He hired me to make sure he's okay. So...
Do you know who you're speaking? This is a legendary stonemason. You should be honored to have him in your presence.
Oh, you
The
do
gentleman
me
looks
too
at you.
much, too much kindness. It is true.
Tyson,
I'm quite,
roll
quite
of deception with advantage. Because you're bullshitting, so you have to do that. But I'll give you advantage because you did it really well.
Alright, then I'm looking at my stats one moment. It's a good thing I'm with advantage. I'm definitely not a... Here we go.
Oh,
Nice.
revenge.
You see the gentleman who's in charge, which, by the way, Galahad, you know him. This is Captain Tomlinson. He's been the captain of your family's guards for a while now.
How's he looking?
More pissed off than anything. I mean, he looks, he looks even more mad than before you left.
Fair enough.
But you see him kind of resign and go, "Very well, but that weapon stays sheathed the entire time. The rest of you, no weapons."
Fair enough.
I hand over the weapons they can see.
Okay. You see them, they put them on the inside of the gate, right behind where the guard is standing. I mean, you got, basically, the way the gate is, it's like a big wrought iron wrought iron fence in front of you, the gate fence in front of you, and on either side is just pure stone wall. So they just kind of hide it behind the stone wall on the other side of the gate, so you guys can't get to them, in a sense. But yeah, they let you in, that's where they leave them, and then they escort you all the way up to the house.
As we're walking, I just kind of turn around and look out over this city. It just looks like fucking shit. And I just kind of have a frown on my face, and I
Yeah,
turn around and I
for some
continue
reason,
walking.
since the last time you've been here, the city looks worse than it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I just frown and I turn around and continue walking with my companions.
So I go up by the what looks like the leader of the guards. I'm like, so you guys do anything around here for fun?
We protect the Locke family.
Well, that
Sounds like fun.
doesn't really sound like fun. That sounds like a job.
He doesn't say
Maybe
anything
a
else. He
little
just keeps
gambling
walking.
on the side, a dance.
We celebrate the festivals when they come around. That's about it. Oh yeah, that sounds like a fun bit of celebration there.
Sounds like my compatriot here, our good friend the guard, it takes as much pride in his work as I do. Any enjoyment comes from a job well done. Isn't that right, friend?
You just nods. Kind of. It's not really an agreement. It's more just nodding just to shut you up, really. They walk you all the way
All
up.
right.
The estate is beautiful. I mean, there are parts where you're kind of like, why did Galahad leave? Because this place is beautiful. It's immaculate. I mean, it's all polished and looks real nice. And then you see a couple of what look like servants, like wiping down the glass and cleaning off the stonework.
I'm just like taking everything in, seeing everything that's new, what's different.
Galahad, none of these servants look familiar.
Okay.
You guys walk in. The place looks just like it used to. I mean, you walk into this big foyer. It's got a huge grand staircase with, a set of stairs on either side, kind of spiraling up to the top, to the second level. It's nice polished floor. You got a big rug that goes all the way up to the stairs. And you see a servant, looks like you're guessing probably the butler. Thank you, Captain. I will escort them from here. I'm not leaving their side. Very well, Captain. He motions towards a room. The room he's pointing to, Galahad, is like the study.
Okay.
He walks you guys in. He, sets chairs out for you. Can I get you guys anything to drink?
I'll just have a fruited water, if that would be fine.
He nods. Looks to the others.
Water for me.
A fruited what?
A fruited water. I do apologize for my less than civilized friend here.
He just nods. Very well. No, I'll give everybody fruited water.
I'm not touching that.
He walks out. The captain stays inside with you, with one other gentleman. They just stay by the doors. They pretty much leave you alone.
So what else in this room?
It's a beautiful little study. Bookshelves line one whole wall, like from floor to ceiling, and the ceiling is about 15 feet up. It's nothing but bookshelves, filled with books. Right behind the big desk that you're sitting in front of is a big ornate chair, probably where the Lord sits. And right behind him is this huge, gorgeous fireplace. Behind you will look like a little couch set up. It's everything in here looks expensive. Like there not a single like he blew all his money to furnish it with these eccentric lavish furnishings. You get the feeling that he does this more to make you feel like a lesser being while he's in the room with you.
Are there any guards in here?
And just the captain and one other gentleman.
Okay.
The one thing you do know is that the captain was never. It never sit quite right with the way your father treated you. He never seemed to like it, but he never voiced his concerns without fear of being fired or whatnot.
Yeah.
Your father is a very scary man when he's in action.
Yep.
It kept everybody kind of at bay. But the captain was never quite right with what he did, and he was always a little kinder to you. At least when your father wasn't around, like he would go out of his way to do things for you when your dad was off on business or whatever. So I mean, you and a couple, him and a couple of the servants were, they kind of took care of you, and
So this is a really weird question. It'll probably be no, but I have to ask. Am I able to roll like an insight check to see if I would know if he's like a friend of mine? Like if I were to reveal myself, would this guy be on my side kind of deal?
Roll an insight check.
Thank you. Hey, I'm pretty good at those. One sec. There we go.
Ooh.
From what you can tell, and from what you can recall of him, I mean, you haven't seen him in a while, so you don't know what has happened.
Yeah.
But from what you remember of him, he would probably help you out. He may not directly go against your father, but he would find a way for you to get out if your true identity was revealed.
For sure. Okay. Thank you.
May the 4th is now over.
Not for me.
It is now officially Revenge of the 5th.
Oh,
God
wait.
damn it.
I got 3 more hours.
I want to say. I just want to say to the party in the same voice I've been using the entire time. Now, if there's any issue of talk, let me do the talking, unless you are absolutely certain that you are able to do so.
Of course.
As you finish that
Sir.
up, the door opens, and yep, Galahad, that's your father. He looks a little more weathered.
My jaw clenches immediately.
If possible, he looks more angry than you've ever seen him. He walks in and he just slams the door behind him. He walks over, sits in his chair, and just kind of stares at all of you. What is it you want?
I beam at him and say, "Ah, yes, you must be Sir Locke."
You're in my place. Yes, that would make sense.
I am here to offer my services as a stonecutter from the Stonecutters Guild. It appears to me that you might be in the market for some work.
Would I be able to know, from my knowledge, if there was any flaws in the stonework, just from my knowledge of when I was here? So that I could say, hey, I noticed, there's some work needs done over there. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, you didn't really spend a lot of time paying attention to the stonework.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mainly because you were just trying to avoid your father.
Yep.
That's how you spent most of your time, is avoiding your father. But you never really noticed anything about the stonework, mainly because you're not trained in it. So you wouldn't see fine details that he would. Lord Locke looks at the little introduction letter that he was given. I could be interested in some stonework. How much is your services?
Oh, second. I'm trying to figure out what would be reasonable. I could offer my services for a mere 100 gold pieces, and I could perform a number of various tasks around the manor here. But of course, it would vary on what you decide to enhance and what you decide to leave the way it was.
You're not.
I could take you around the manor to show you around what could do with some fixing.
Tell you what, I have some business deals I must take care of, where I'll have a little more free-flowing money where I can put into renovations. Do you have a way for me to get a hold of you? Will you be staying in town, or should I send word to another place?
I believe I'll be in town for a little bit.
Very well. Once I have more information, it should take no more than a day or two. I will get back to you and let you know.
Excellent. Now, is there a particular inn or service I should find my lodgings at? I must admit I'm used to rather resplendent and a little indulgent lodgings.
He looks over to the captain. See the captain kind of shake his head. I can put you up in my house for the night since we don't have that kind of establishment within the city, within our little town, as of yet. That is one of the business dealings I am working on. But you are welcome to stay in the guest area. I will, of course, have to have a guard walk you around and assist you with anything, but you can feel free to explain to him the areas that may need touching up.
Perhaps this captain could be the guard. He seems like an able sort.
He just kind of looks at you, kind of narrows his eyes a bit.
My compatriot does
Yeah,
have
whoops.
a great point. This captain did appear to
You
be.
luck out.
Didn't think that one through. That's fine. Anyways.
This captain does appear to be a very capable sort.
You seem fine. Captain, show them around. Get them their quarters. Make sure the servants take care of them properly. Let me know if otherwise. Of course, my lord. If you will follow me, you see the captain open the door.
Very well. Thank you for your hospitality.
Perception check, everybody, see if they notice it.
Sure.
Oh, not good at those.
Not sure why that says 0 successes, but okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm looking at 16. I'm like, where's that not a 0? Anyway, all except for poor Walker, who apparently can't see the broadside of a barn. You guys notice the very subtle look the captain gives the Lord. Apparently, when the Lord isn't looking, it's one of those if looks could kill kind of looks. But it's very quick, and as he kind of moves, as he looks over there, he looks at you guys, and you guys kind of notice him, and he kind of looks away and just holds the door open for you. It's very subtle, very quick.
Do I see that?
Yeah. All of you except for poor Razik. who-
Everyone but me.
Yeah, Razik notices the stonework. It's like, wow, this could really use some work. Alright, as you guys all exit the room, the captain closes the door behind him. He sends one, you hear him actually talk to the guard that was with him. He goes, go get their stuff and bring it to to the guest quarters. Yes, captain. And the gentleman runs off. He goes, well, I'll take you on a tour. Do all of you need to go, or can I just show you around?
I'd like to join.
Yes, I'm always open to some outside criticism. It's always good to have someone who's outside of the industry to add their a novice's eye.
Very well. He leads you all just kind of around. He lets you stop and look at the various stonework and see what needs to be done. I'm not even going to make you do rolls because there'd be like 400 rolls for this. It's a big fucking estate. We'll just say you find quite a few places where, yeah, he could definitely use some updating.
I'd like to wait until we're in an area where there's no other guards except for us and him, the captain.
Okay. It takes you a little while because, you mainly walk down through the bottom floor. You go up to the second floor real quick, but there's a lot more guards up on the second floor. Eventually, you guys start walking the perimeter, and there is a spot, you're on the left-hand side of the building where you can actually, where there's no one else around.
So I ask him, we heard in town that the Lord's son took off. Do you know anything about him?
The only thing I will say is that the Lord and the Son did not see eye to eye on particular things, and that it caused a lot of tension within the household.
I have to be frank.
See eye to eye with the Lord?
Yeah.
I refuse to comment.
It seems like
Or no.
things.
So
It seems like
are
things
we
are
all,
not great here.
Are we like all together with this guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you basically
Okay,
said
I
you
wanna-
wanted them to come with you, so he begrudgingly
Yeah.
agreed. And he's just basically been taking a tour on this house, and it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful house. I mean, but this guy is so vain and dickheaded. Like, there are pictures of him a lot of places. You almost barely see any pictures of if he has any kids, which you know he does, at least one. But there aren't really any pictures of his kids or even his wife. You have no idea. You wouldn't be able to tell that he had a family if
I,
his son wasn't standing right with you.
I want to see if I can't persuade this guy to, admit something that he otherwise wouldn't. Saying, "Oh, now come on! I've seen the way that he acted. I know that there must be some kind of issue. He's not the kind that makes a whole lot of friends, huh? What might you know about that?"
He's a very stern individual, and he doesn't like his time wasted. It's his way or no way.
I can see.
I do have a question. Since when does this have anything to do with the stonework? He turns and
Well,
looks
it's-
at you guys.
Well,
It's
it
more
always-
just making conversation.
It all does come back to the fact that you must always know the kind of person you're doing your deals with. In the guild, you always should learn as much about your client as possible.
Then I recommend any further questions about the Lord be taken up with the Lord. He turns around and he
Can I-
continues escorting you around.
Can I like check again? Feel free to tell me to fuck off. How like influential is this guy? Like, do the people like him at all,
your
or is he
dad?
just kind of? No, the captain.
Last you recall, he was actually well liked amongst the commoners and the rest of the town.
Well, sorry.
It is a little bit I mean, you can't tell now because you didn't ask, but it definitely seems like, what the hell are you doing? Seeing little blips go off all over the map.
I'm nuking the map. I'm sitting here like,
Okay,
oh,
I'm just curious. Like, man, he's just touching everything. But yeah, you didn't get a chance to really talk with anybody to tell whether or not the captain is still in that kind of good grace. But from the looks, from what you could tell,
Boys.
both the town and everything else, the captain may have lost a few things because of what he's had to do for your dad. But you can't be for certain.
So I'm gonna say to my friends, as he said, he's starting to walk away, right?
Yeah, he's starting to continue to show you around.
I fiddle around in my pocket and grab my ring, and I look to my friends and say, "It might be time." And I see if they have any reaction to me doing this. Take that as a no.
I am rather hesitant. Just kind
We can't talk right now. That's the issue.
I just hold up a hand.
I slowly put the ring back in my pocket, and I'll follow.
Captain just continues taking you around. I mean, he gives you brief tidbits of knowledge he probably acquired somehow about various things. Nothing major. He
Well,
does point out a few cracks that he's noticed within the Foundation that he thinks could use some patching up and stuff like that.
I ask him, so, I'm going to have to make my way north eventually after this job. What do you know of the Blood Plains?
Nobody goes there who isn't batshit crazy.
That dangerous? Or is it just an old wives' tale?
No one knows for certain, but the few who have bothered to cross those plains never came back fully intact.
I can understand how that might be a problem. Well, how about the forest to the north?
I have some of my guards go out hunting all the time up there. Usually not much of an issue. Lately the game has been scarce there though.
but fairly safe.
Well, I mean, if you're referring to vicious demons coming out of the woodwork, we haven't encountered anything. I think the fiercest animals we fought in there are maybe some wolves and a couple of bears. That's about it.
Ah, good to know. Alright, so do we make it on back to...
Yeah, he finally gets you guys all the way back to the guest quarters. It's a small branch of the estate where, there's just a bunch of extra rooms and stuff. And he, leads you in, shows you the various doors that you can each use.
Are we all in one room, or?
No, he gave you 4 rooms side by side, and you hear him go, Demona, come here. You see a female. She looks to be about 16, 17. Young,
Ooh.
pretty beautiful for a servant. And she comes, yes, Captain. Can you please make sure these gentlemen are taken care of? The Lord wishes they get, they are well received. Very well, Captain. And she, Demona here will get you anything you need. Don't hesitate to ask. She can help you with anything else. If you need me, one of my guards will be right outside. Right down the hallway here. Just get his attention.
I'll follow Razak into his room.
I ask
Captain doesn't say a
Demona-
word and starts to walk off.
I ask Demona, say, now I have a plethora of tools here, but are there any other tools that may come of use to a mason? Perhaps some sort of powder to clear away extra rubble, or maybe other such stone cutting tools.
She tries to think. Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to look within on where they keep all the tools. But I wouldn't know what to look for, honestly. If you can give me a description of them, I can go try and find some.
Are you actually a mason?
Oh, me?
Yeah, your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Stonecutters Guild.
So yeah, he's got the back
Maybe
and
you
forth.
wouldn't you have your own tools? Maybe.
I do, but I'm after something here.
Okay.
Out of character, does like black powder exist? Is there like some sort of explosive powder that they might use?
There is a version of it. It's something like the flash powder you guys had, but a little more refined to be a bit more explosive.
Chemical.
Yeah, it's a lot more alchemical than that. It requires more with it to make it kind of that kind of explosive type bam to it. But as far as you know, that's the closest that they've come so far.
All right. I describe such a substance to her and ask her if there might be something that I might use like that, as well as like I show her like various of the mason's tools I have.
Okay, she takes a look at him. Yeah, she takes a look at him and she goes, I'll go check and see. Are you guys hungry? Do you guys need anything?
I'm fine.
I'll have
I'm famished.
I'll have a bit
Cheese.
of mutton, some cheese, a little bit of bread, and a fruit of...
She nods. I'll just bring the big platter for all of you, and I'll go check on that stuff. I'll make sure one of the cooks brings that too. And she runs off.
So we're in our separate rooms, or?
This was basically you guys were all kind of like standing outside, the 4 rooms that you were given. The guard is far enough down the hallway where, unless you're yelling at each other, he's not going to be able to hear you.
All right, boys, we're in.
I'd like to ask them to come into one of the rooms.
The guard?
No, you guys, my party.
No. Why would you want the guard?
Come with me.
It's like, whoa, that just sounds wrong.
All right. I follow him in.
Okay, you all go into one of the rooms. short time later, you can hear some knocking at the other doors. Obviously, the whoever. As the door that you guys are in opens up, you see a huge platter of food, and this is like on a solid, what looks like silver tray. Sets it down. I mean, there's meats, cheeses, breads. There's a big, what looks like probably a bottle of wine and 4 glasses. Sets it there, and you see another pitcher being set down. You can see the pitcher seems to be a bit has some like condensation coming down it.
That will be all. Thank you.
The servant brought in. Very well, and walks out. Does stop at the door and go, oh, by the way, Demona said she will return shortly as soon as she can find the items you're seeking.
All right, thank you very much.
And she leaves the room and closes the door.
I turn to my friends and I just start, like, the look on my face is just terrible. I've been holding it in this whole time. And what I say is, I abandon these people to their fates. I'm partly responsible for the hell that they now live in. This feels awful.
Well, is there anything we can do? What might ease the suffering of all these people?
Nothing, and that's what's so frustrating. My father is an extremely powerful man. What could be done, truly? Well, I know right now there's nothing I can do. At some point, I will be back here and right the wrong that I did to these people. I'm just saying this like almost like I'm just gushing, like just getting it out of my system to whoever is listening. I just gotta get it off my chest, basically.
Well, I have an idea. I don't know if you're gonna like it.
Please.
Well, I figure if we can somehow turn that guard over there on our side. If you
That
were
was
able to
my...
reveal yourself, and if we're able to get him, maybe another guard or 2 on our side, corner the man himself. Well,
That's my plan. The only issue is that we do have a really big deal to deal with right now. As much as I hate the situation in Solva, we do have a darkness, as she put it, coming. I don't know if we're on a clock or whatever the clock is.
Well, all right. Well, let's just get what we can get done now. I'll see if I can't get.
I think that's the best choice of all. I think that's the best
choice. Get some information, and on the way back, we might be able to do some more for these people here.
I hope so. They deserve it.
All right. So I guess we turn in.
Yeah, I'll head to my own room.
All right.
And I'm kind of tossing and turning in my sleep, thinking about how my decision affected more people than maybe I had thought.
Does everybody else sleep okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about sneaking around.
Alright, well, if you're trying to sneak around, you're going to have to do a stealth check.
Working on it. Wow. Well, as I go out the door, the guard notices me, and I go right back in.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to get. And walks back in.
You had to pee.
Just very quickly, I have to run to the washroom. Sorry. Be right back.
Where's the roll?
It's in the Discord.
Okay.
That's all. It was a 7.
I've got Discord on my phone, so I can kind of walk away from the computer. And I get Yeah, I don't like sitting around all the time.
Oh, I got you.
I'm used to it, so I usually check Discord when I have them do rolls. Okay, yeah, so, well, as soon as Jesse gets back. Charles, roll a perception. Everybody else is sleeping, so you and Jesse will be doing this.
Okay.
That's much better.
Jesse, roll a perception.
For sure.
I'll tell you in a minute, Charles.
Damn.
Not enough.
Do I know what I was perceiving? Sorry, I just ran to the washroom.
Nope.
Uh,
Charles, I'm going to put it to you through Discord, so give me a second.
Okay.
Alright.
What's up?
No, I just sent Charles something. Since he's the only one who heard it.
Heard it. What? Wait a minute. I think I found it.
No, I was saying, I sent it to you as a private message.
Okay. Should I respond to you then in that same way? I take it.
How specifically are you going to respond?
Hold on. I'll
Yeah, go ahead and respond that way. So. Yeah, there's a little bit of feedback. I did hear that, Tyson. Not much can be done. I'm trying to keep it down.
So what are we waiting on?
No, there isn't. You guys are actually on the second floor. For those who might be watching this, there's a little discussion going on in the background.
yeah.
I'm thieving.
Doing some deep stuff.
I'm doing sneaky stuff.
Schnickish Nick.
Roll it with a
Do we
disadvantage.
have some viewers?
Hmm?
Do we have some viewers?
Let me look. We have 2, so one might be Tyson.
Yeah, we're making it big, dude. We're the next critical role. Fuck.
So, but we're performing for an audience of 1.
Crap. Hold on.
Possibly. It unfortunately doesn't tell me who's viewing. I haven't been able to figure that part out yet. But yeah, there are 2 people watching as of right now. That didn't work. Your roll didn't go through, Charles.
Check it. I should have just done them on the... I screwed up and I did it on the other one now. I got a 16 and a 17.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Takes you a little bit, but yeah, you managed to climb up onto her. Where'd he go?
Okay, see if I can move down towards where I heard them talking.
It's more closer towards the center of the house. Basically where you guys came in.
Also, no windows or anything near that.
You don't recall seeing a window in the study. I mean,
Is there a chimney? Was there a fireplace in there?
There was a fireplace in there, yeah.
Look for a chimney and see if I can hear down that.
Okay. Roll a perception check. Your thief is getting all stealthy.
What they do, baby. I love it.
Let's see if it works for him.
Daggone it.
Whatever it is, no, it didn't.
Wow. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, at least he didn't fail it. Unfortunately, apparently they lit a fire, so you're having a hard time hearing anything. It's just muffled voices in there. From what you can tell, the deeper voice is basically ordering the Lord to get off his ass and get started in what he promised.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get down, go back towards my room, try to come down to the window, and then try to go down the next level. And then I want to go out towards front and watch and see if who leaves, if I can, if anybody leaves in the next hour.
Okay. You manage to make it to the front of the house and kind of duck down low. Thankfully, from your vantage point, you can see clear into the town. So if anybody's leaving by that front door, you're going to see them, and they're probably not going to see you. Just as long as you're like not coughing or making any noise, you're fine.
Okay.
Takes about an hour before finally someone walks out, heavily cloaked. He's got the hood is pulled up, and you notice just outside the gate there's you can't really make it out, but there's a group of individuals waiting outside the gate, and this heavily cloaked gentleman just starts walking down the path. As he meets with the others, they all start walking off. The weird thing is they're not walking into the city. They're walking towards the forest area.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to follow him.
Okay, make another acrobatics roll to get down without hurting yourself. This should be fun.
Rogue's gonna rogue, baby.
Yep.
Whoa, I don't know what I just did there, but that was crazy. Oh, crap. Hold on.
Alright.
Capitalize the R, unfortunately.
Yep. Nice. Okay. You managed to, spider down the wall. You're okay. Now roll a stealth check.
Wow, son of a bitch.
Well, as far as you can tell, you're not being seen, but you're going to have a lot of work to catch up to them, because you're going to have to climb over the other wall and try and get to them, and you still got guards all around the place.
Okay, so want me to try to go over the wall?
One more acrobatics. That's what you get for being sneaky in an enclosed building. Okay, you manage to get over the wall perfectly fine. You don't make a lot of noise and kind of try and follow them. As they leave the town, make a survival check.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Because with all that time it took, they actually got further ahead, so now you got to try and track them through their footprints.